What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Demon Berserker, and today I'm going to be showcasing to you all a Gunslinger build that makes use of having two primary weapons. This deck gives you the freedom to basically use whatever combinations of guns that you like, and then we integrate that with faster weapon swapping and having your guns reload themselves during that swapping to allow us to keep firing without the need to stop and refill our guns. Then we just sprinkle some damage on top, and boom, we have ourselves a continuous firing, high DPS powerhouse that destroys every level in the game, and essentially has no weaknesses. It can mow down and clear out hordes, it's good versus mutations, and can even take out bosses like ogres, which melee builds struggle with. So let's get to it and break down the build. So the first card we have up is 2 is 1 and 1 is none. You can now equip a primary weapon in your secondary slot and minus 25% to swap speed. This card allows us to have two primary guns. I find it's most beneficial to use guns that are good for taking out different types of enemies, such as having a sniper or an assault rifle for your mutations, or longer range encounters, and then having a shotgun or an SMG for hordes and close range. But nothing's stopping you from, say, running double LMGs. So feel free to experiment and find out what combo works best for you. Just remember though, two of the same type of weapon is going to blow through ammo twice as quick than using different guns of different types. This card also has minus 25% to swap speed, but don't worry, we're going to be fixing that soon with some future cards coming up. The second card we have is Admin Reload. When you stow your weapon, it reloads. This card really is the lifeblood of this entire build. By having one gun constantly reloading while we're using the other, this is what allows us to be able to just fire continuously with no wasted downtime. Without this card, you'd have to wait for each gun to reload separately, which would make the whole build feel less cohesive and leave us defenseless and open to attack while we're refilling the other gun. Third card we have is Cocky. This adds plus 75% weapon swap speed, and when you take damage, your accuracy is reduced for 3 seconds. Because we're replacing our reload with weapon swapping, this is another staple perk needed for this build. We're going to be swapping back and forth between our weapons constantly. We need to be able to do this as fast as possible. There is no cap on swap speed, so the more we have, the better. The faster we can swap weapons, the faster we can get back to pumping more rounds downstream. Next up is Shooting Gloves. This adds plus 25% weapon swap speed, plus 15% recoil control, and plus 15% accuracy. This is nice because all these things are useful to us. Further increasing our weapon swap speed allows us to get back to shooting even quicker with less downtime swapping. With double guns, we are going to be shooting constantly, so the added recoil control actually helps us to stabilize our gunfire and land more headshots without the gun pulling up as high. And the accuracy is helpful too, not only for tightening our hip fire, but it also tightens fire while aiming down sights as well, and reduces the spread of those bullets. And then we have Front Side Focus. This adds plus 20% accuracy, plus 10% weak spot damage, plus 15% aim speed, and plus 15% recoil control. So this card adds a little bit of everything that helps with our gun efficiency. Combined with the last card, we're now up to 35% accuracy and 30% recoil control. The 10% adds a little bit to damage to weak spots, and we're starting to build some aim speed as well, which helps us to acquire targets faster. We're going to be adding more later, but as a DPS, more aim speed allows us for more aggressive, faster paced playstyle, and we can swiftly target enemies and take them out in quick succession. So the next card we have is Cold Brew Coffee. This adds plus 15% reload speed, plus 25% aim speed, plus 25% weapon swap speed, and plus 25% use speed. So this increases our weapon swap speed even further, and together with the last card, brings our aim speed up to plus 40%, which are the two things we're mainly after here. However, the other two aren't bad either. Use speed helps us to do most things just a little bit quicker, such as rezzing people up, opening crates, and using wall kit heals. Anything where you have to hold down the button and you watch that bar fill up across the screen gets hastened by this use speed. And even though we're using swapping to reload our guns, the reload speed actually helps reload the stowed weapon away faster, and also increases the fire rate of guns that use chambering, such as snipers and the 870 shotgun. And the next card is Hyper Focus. This adds plus 50% weak spot damage and plus 40% to move speed while shooting or melee attacking. Although the penalty on this card is quite annoying, I feel like it's worse on melee builds to deal with than it is on gun builds. With guns, if we're trying to be more precise and aim for weak spots anyway, we probably want to be still and not strafing around real fast while we're aiming. The 50% weak spot damage is also just too good to pass up. It really helps to bring down the harder mutations, and especially bosses, which have much bigger and easier to hit weak points. And then we have Knowledge is Power. This gives us plus 10% weak spot damage and allows players to see values for damage they deal and enemy health bars. This card mostly comes in handy on the harder difficulties like Nightmare and No Hope, when monsters have a much bigger health pool. By seeing the enemy health, we can tell whether or not to stand our ground and kill a mutation before it gets to us, or if we need to retreat and run away and get some distance before finishing it off. This helps us just play a little bit safer by knowing exactly how much health a monster has left. Next up we have Ammo Belt. This adds plus 50% ammo capacity and plus 15% reload speed. This is going to help raise our maximum ammo capacity so we don't blow through ammo too quickly. You could also run Ammo Mule here instead if you can deal with the minus 5% to movement speed, but for me personally it's just too big of a minus. Also, the belt has the added effect of giving us plus 15% reload speed, which combined with cold brew coffee earlier, we're now up to 30% reload speed, which is at least some benefit to us. And then we have card On Your Mark. This has a team effect of when a horde is triggered, your team restores 7.5% ammo and gains 10% movement speed while firing, 15% reload speed, and 25% swap speed for 10 seconds. So we're going to be discharging a significant amount of ammunition by continuously firing with both our guns. Therefore, we require a method of replenishing some of our ammo. Every time a horde appears now, we can utilize them to our advantage and restore a portion of our ammo every time one gets called. This also includes allies as well. By helping everyone to get more ammo, there's not going to be such a battle at each ammo crate to gather up all the ammo found in the levels. And then we have large caliber rounds. This adds plus 7.5% bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration. We're going to start building up some bullet damage now that we have a lot of the gun functionality improving cards out of the way. This card does that, while the added bullet penetration also helps to clear out hordes more efficiently and helps conserve some ammo while doing so. Then we have Silver Bullets. This adds plus 10% bullet damage and plus 15% effective bullet range. Stacking with the last card, we're now up to 17.5% more bullet damage, so we can hit even harder. And the 15% effective bullet range can be really helpful on things like shotguns and SMGs, and even some of the ARs hold a higher damage output as the range increases further away. Then we have Patient Hunter. Every 0.75 seconds that you aim down sights, it increases your bullet damage by 10%, up to 3 stacks. So that means we can reach maximum stacks after just 2.25 seconds, receiving up to 30% more bullet damage. This is just such a huge boost to damage, and even one of the main perks over no ADS hipfire builds. This really gives us that extra edge of damage, even at the first level or two. But it's absolutely best if you hear a special coming ahead of time and you kind of sort of pre-aim him before he comes around the corner. Then we have Confident Killer. When you or a team kills a mutation, gain 1% damage, up to 15%, until the end of the level. Especially on Nightmare and No Hope, where there are just so many specials spawning, you're going to hit the cap on this card pretty quickly. Think of it this way, yeah, sometimes you get to pick an option of a bonus card before a level, and one of them is plus 1% damage. This is like proccing one of those cards every time a mutation is killed, either by you or an ally. Then finally we have Glass Cannon, plus 25% damage, minus 30% health. So along with the last few cards, we're really trying to boost our damage up as high as possible. This is the heaviest hitting contender to do that with. If you want extreme as much damage as possible, then pick this card. However, the minus 30% health penalty is not for everybody, so if you don't like playing extra safe, always keeping your back to a wall, and tend to stick out and get hit more often, then feel free to swap this out for a different card instead. Some other good options would be Reckless Strategy, to give us 30% weak point damage, or you could pick your favorite gun of the two and say use Tactical Vest. If you plan on having one of your guns be an assault rifle, this will net you more damage while increasing your ammo capacity as well. Yeah guys, get out there and give this build a try. It's really one of the most fun gun DPS builds out there. If you don't like blowing through burn cards to get specific guns, then this deck can also really make use of any good gun that you find out in the field. We're not tied down to any one gun type or anything specific. Use whatever gun you want, and whatever the best gun you find out in the field is. And just have fun laying waste to any monsters that cross your path. But that's it for this video guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the notification bell for updates on my latest videos. Thank you to everyone who made it to the end. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night.